Hi, grade ones and twos. It's writing time. It's Monday, the 11th of May. Monday fun day. Hope you had a great weekend. The learning intention, the climax, and the resolution to our narratives. So, to be successful today, I can make my reader feel nervous with my climax. Now, I'm going to talk to you a bit further about what the climax is in a moment. But to also be successful, I can write how the main problem gets fixed. I'll show you how I do that later. Let's just check where we're up to in our narrative. So we've well and truly passed the beginning. We did our setting and characters last week to start our story. We introduced the big problem or the main problem. We did our mini events on Friday. We went through the 3 mini events, so where the character struggles, and now we're up to the climax. Now, and we're drafting. This is the part of the writing process that I'm up to. We're drafting. What is the climax? All right, so the climax is just like on the roller coaster. It's at the point where things are about to change, when you're right at the very top, and it's the turning point in the story. That's what the climax is. So this is the scariest part of the scariest part of the ride. This is where you want your reader to say, okay, remember how we spoke about the reader having all those different emotions when they read your story? We want to make the reader feel nervous. So it could be where in some stories it might be where the good character is fighting against the bad character, and they're moving all their the swords, and it's the scary part. It sort of ties in with the resolution as well, though. So as that climax happens, the resolution comes in. How that main problem in the story starts to get fixed. See how it's starting to we're starting to get to the end of the story. So how does the big problem get fixed is what the resolution is. And we want the reader to feel happy by the end of it. Let's go to my story, and we'll talk more about this throughout my story. So this is what what I did last week when we had the orientation. It's moving over here. Orientation at the start. Then the main problem of the story was that Coco had a dream to become a guide dog. There was one problem. We spoke about that. Then the mini problems. We had mini problem 1, mini problem 2, mini problem 3. So we had there was a lot of tension in the story, a lot of things that went wrong for my main character Coco. Your main character might be a different name. Now it's time for the climax. So this is what I added to my story here. I'm going to read it now. Coco put her tail between her legs and walked out of the doggy doors. Suddenly, she saw an old blind lady walking on the road. Beep. A truck was going to hit her if she didn't move. Coco quickly ran over to the lady. She hooked her snout onto the lady's bag and led her to safety, just in time. So at this point here, this is the turning point to the story. Everything was going so wrong for Coco. Up until this point, this is the point where it starts to change. Okay, and the resolution comes in. Yeah. Coco looked across the road. Zoe, the boss, and all the other dogs saw her save the old blind lady's life. That was the resolution. That's what saved Coco, and it's going to get her certificate to becoming a guide dog. All right. So remember, you can write something similar to this in your own way, with your own. You got your own character and your own and with your own writing. Try and use your 5 senses. Okay, so things that you hear that right throughout, that every now and then, you see bang, crash, or beep. They're things that Coco hears, and that your reader wants to, make it more interesting. So it's your turn now to continue on your story from where you're up to. Try and make it as exciting as you possibly can. All right, happy writing, everybody. See you later.